So, the ESPN latest power rankings for the WNBA have the Indiana Fever ahead of the back-to-back reigning WNBA champions, Las Vegas Aces. Crazy. Crazy. In the same publication that says Reese is Rookie of the Year. But Indiana's 17 victories equal the franchise's 3-season total from 2020, 2021, and 2022. Jesus Christ. In fairness, one of them was in the bubble. Things improved with the addition of Aaliyah Boston as they won 13 games. Another number one pick this season, Caitlin Clark, has transformed the team. The last time they were above 500 was June the 13th, 2019. The Fever were 4-3 down and finished 13-20 when Clark was a senior in high school. She wasn't even a senior in high school. She had just finished her junior year in high school. Boston was preparing for a freshman year in South Carolina. Kelsey Mitchell was in her second season with Indiana. Dear Lord. So, first, the New York Liberty. Fair. Completely fair. Can the first place team lose to the last place team? I mean, yeah, they lost to the Sparks. But, Jonquel Jones didn't play that game still. Their best player on the day was Phoebich. So the Sun at 2. I don't think the Sun are better than the Lynx. The Sun lost to the Storm yesterday. They were held to 60 points. They're not, for me, they're not a good enough offensive team to say they're this level. I don't think they're a good enough offensive team. The Lynx in third, previous rank in second. Their loss at Dallas wasn't surprising as Liberty fallen to the Sparks. Dallas clearly improved since. Still was one of the few blag games the Lynx have played this season. It ended a 7-game win streak. They came back Sunday. They're good. Wait a minute. Did I just see Fever? Oh, sorry, Fever 4. Yeah. I don't hate the Fever at 4. I don't hate the Fever at 4. I really don't. I think it's fair. It's completely fair. Lexi Hall, known for relentless defense. Damaris Dantas, Fagbenle have been good players. They've lost their 8-2 in their last 10. And the Aces are struggling. They have beaten. I'm trying to think of a good team the Aces have beaten. They lost to Dallas. Who have they beaten? The Mercury. They've beaten the Mercury and the Sky and Phoenix and Atlanta. They're not good teams. They haven't beaten a good team, so I get it. I get having them below Indiana. And then Seattle. They lost to Connecticut. I don't think we're playing with the effort we need. They also then beat Connecticut and held them to 64 points or something, which is completely fair. I would put I would consider the Mercury even. I don't see how they win a playoff series. They could have made a statement last week, but didn't. Instead, they lost 3 games to New York, Minnesota, and Vegas. Phoenix is stockpiling enough victories. The playoffs seem certain. It is a guarantee right now. The Mercury are just not playing well now. I would have had the Wings at 8 as well, but losing that game to the Mystics makes the playoffs nearly impossible. It makes it nearly impossible for them to make the playoffs. Sunday they came close to beating Indiana. Enrique tied a record, but both Enrique and Satu were very poor against Washington yesterday. And Atlanta 9. I'm cool with that. After winning their first 3 games, they lost their next 4. And they beat LA. But it all really comes down to the last few games, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Atlanta play Washington again. If I'm not mistaken, they play Chicago again. And I think they might play Dallas. I think, is it Dallas twice? They play one, I think maybe it's Mystics twice. They play one of these teams twice. So it really all does come down to the end, because they're all playing each other in that hunt for the 8th seed, which are huge games. The Washington Mystics winning that game yesterday was huge. Mystics were 2-1 last week, have had a resurgence, even though it may be too late for playoffs. They're 1 game off the playoffs right now. They're obviously the Atlanta Dream and Chicago Sky are tied. They're only 1 game off both of them, and they're playing them. So, Mystics would be my pick to make the playoffs. The Sky at 11. The Sky are still in the playoff position despite losing 7 in a row now, and 8 of 9 since the Olympic break. Gar Kennedy Carter has been out due to health and safety protocols. She's still in hospital, so she's not going to be playing anytime soon. The 2 rookies have been great. I don't necessarily know how great they are together, because look, the more points they seem to score together, the worse their team does, and it's not on them. But like, I don't know how effective it is, and the Sparks obviously in last they are trying to lose. So we're now going to look at CBS. CBS has the Liberty at 1. Do they have the exact same one? So they have the Dream at 8. They have the Sky at 11, which is fair enough. The Wings' last gasp push for a playoff spot was halted, at least momentarily, by the Fever on Sunday in a game which he tied the record total threes. They'd won 3 in a row before defeat and are finally starting to look like the team they were last season. This week, they play all 3 teams ahead of them in the race for the 8th seed. They've already lost 1, but if they go and beat the Dream in the Sky, they beat the Dream in the Sky, like, you might see them push up, but I just don't see them overtaking the Mystics, because they then face, it's like Liberty. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think it might be like Liberty, Sun, Aces, Fever to end the season. So they might lose every single one of them. And a loss on the Sun on Saturday ended the season best 3-game winning streak for the Mystics, who are suddenly 2 games out of 8. They're now 1 out of 8. They'll likely run out of time though. But like they are 1 away from making it into the playoffs. Angel Reese continued his star rookie season by surpassing Sylvia Fowles. Fair play in the rebounding. But yeah, I agree with this. Look, I agree with this. It says here the Sparks are doing everything they can to win, are not just looking forward to another lottery draft pick next year. Yeah, let's make sure we can have what's their names? Let's make sure we put Rickea Jackson on the bench every time it's close down the stretch. We're really trying to win. Let's bench Rickea Jackson. But the big thing that really matters is the Aces spot here in 4th, which is, I actually don't hate it. I don't hate it. Like, I think the Aces have as good, or not the Aces, sorry, the Fever and the Aces in 5th. I don't think the Fever are that much worse than the Aces. I think the Fever are better than the Aces. When it comes to the playoffs, maybe the Aces' playoff experience just take them to the promised land, but I don't think the Fever are worse than the Aces. Like, they are player for player. They have more depth. They have their big, quote-unquote, big 3 is equally as good, because Jackie Young post-Olympic break has not been good. Kelsey Plum obviously is out injured. And Chelsea Gray, in fairness, is starting to look a little bit better, but she's still not Chelsea Gray. So, like, their big, quote-unquote, big 4, I would take the Fevers over Vegas, even though, yeah, at this point in time, AJ Wilson is probably the best in the world. But on any given day, Caitlin Clark can outperform AJ Wilson. On any given day, Kelsey Mitchell has probably been better than Jackie Young for a while. On any given day, Lexi Hull can outperform. Can she outperform Kelsey Plum? Maybe not. And like Kia Stokes, Megan Gustafson, as good much as I like Megan Gustafson, Melissa Smith is the better player. So yeah, I'm happy out with Fever in 4. I think it's fair enough. I think if you were ranking best chance to win a championship, they're somewhere between 4 and 5. So I'm cool with that.